morning to one and all present over here. I am Alvika Verma. Welcome you all on behalf of Sandip University School of Law for the Guest Lecture Series 2018. We are privileged to have with us our guest of honor, Professor Dr. R. Venkata Rao, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sandip University, Colonel Professor Dr. N. Ramachandran, Advisor of Sandip University, Dr. D.D. Deshmukh, Honorable Registrar of Sandip University, Dr. Chetan Chaudhary, Principal of SITRC, Dr. S.T. Gande, Principal of Sandip Polytechnic, Professor P.N. Patil, Principal of SIEM, Dr. R. V. Kshasagar, Dean of Academics, Dr. Arun Trivedi, Principal of SIP, Professor Sandeep Pawar, Principal of SIPS, Professor Anil Zada, Dean, School of Science, Dr. S.P. Zamre, Director of Students Welfare, Sandip University, Professor Arif Mansoori, Dean, School of Computer Science and Applications, Professor Nitin Goje, Dean, School of Management, Professor Dr. Sanjay Jaira, Dean, Fashion Designing and Beauty Cosmetology, Professor Dr. Priya Vidrase, Head of Departments, faculty members, and all my dear friends. The great Potter Stewart once said, ethics is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is right to do. Today, we have gathered here to gain wisdom and listen to one of the greatest academicians in the field of Indian law. I would like to invite our chief guest and all the dignitaries on the dais for the lamp lighting ceremony to invoke Goddess Saraswati. I invite P.T. Deoren to recite the Saraswati Vandana. We are pleased to have with us our chief guest, Professor Dr. R. Venkata Rao, Vice Chancellor, National Law School of India University, Bangalore. To welcome his gracious presence, I request Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sandip University, Colonel Professor Dr. N. Ramachandran to felicitate our today's chief guest. Thank you. Now I call upon our venerated Dean, School of Law, Dr. Vinati Jadhav, to throw some light on the theme of today's program.
The dignitaries on the dais, Honorable Vice Chancellor of National Law School of India, University, Bangalore, Dr. Venkata Rao, Vice Chancellor of Sandip University, Colonel Professor Dr. Ramachandran, Advisor of Sandip Foundation and Sandip University, Dr. D.D. Deshmukh, Dean Academics, Dr. Divedi, Dr. Gande, Dr. Pawar, distinguished deans, faculty members, and dear students. At the outset, I welcome you all in this third lecture of the lecture series organized by the School of Law, Sandip University. Sandip University, which came into existence in 2016, is backed by Sandip Foundation, which was established in 2006 and 7. But during the short span of 7 to 8 years, Sandip Foundation has earned the great reputation in the education in the vicinity of Nashik and across the Maharashtra. Just one engineering college was established in 2007. Later on, one after another institutions added into the campus of Sandip Foundation. 2 polytechnic colleges, 1 pharmacy college, 1 management college. These colleges are attached to Pune University, presently called as Savitribai Phule Pune University. It is not out of place to mention here that because of their potential, credibility, these institutions have earned the great reputations in the academics, and it is as the result of it, we are a recipient of many awards and honors. I would like to add that the Best Engineering College Award, Best Management School, Best Polytechnic College in the state of Maharashtra, and furthermore, more than 146 patents have been registered in the name of foundation, which speaks about the volume, quality about the education imparted by the Sandip Foundation. We decided to enter into the larger arena of education, and in academic year 2015, Sandip University, a full-fledged university, came into an existence, imparting education in the discipline of law, management, science, and other allied disciplines of humanities. Very recently, we have added fashion, beauty, and cosmetology. In last academic year, we were there in terms of intake capacity and in terms of admissions of the students, we were there in hundreds. And in this academic year, we reached in thousands. And I have no iota of doubt in my mind that we will reach in lakhs in years to come. Sandip University imbibe a practical, value-based, real education to the student, considering student as a center point. We are bound to not only confer the degrees and produce the graduates and postgraduates, but we are bound to the ethics. We are bound to the values. No doubt, they will try and get and fulfill their desires of bread and butter. But we will produce the graduates and postgraduates, those who would serve to this nation. And today, to talk much about this particular aspect, we have with us Dr. Venkata Rao. Those who are not from the fraternity of law, I would like to add and mention here that Dr. Rao is one of the distinguished legal academicians of our country. The Vice Chancellor of one of the top premier legal educations of the country, Bangalore National Law University, is a top destination of every law student to pursue as a dream to pursue a legal education from that center. Considering a varied experience, an extraordinary orator, and a great academician, today he will be dealing with the theme of the today's lecture, that is the professional ethics in the profession of advocacy. As we know that the profession of advocacy is the noble professions of the society, and the nobility of the profession depends upon the values of that profession. The great profession of advocacy, it has been heightened, its credibility by the great leader of the nations like Father of the Nations Mahatma Gandhi, architect of the Indian Constitution Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Pandit Jawaharlal Ji Nehru, Rajendra Ji Prasad. These leaders were there from the profession of advocacy. These leaders have heightened the credibility of this profession. And the lawyers, they are really called as the social engineers because they perform their daily duties, one towards the courtroom and another towards the society, as they rightly help to the person who is a victim of circumstances. In a way, the lawyers are meant for justice to the society. And when the rule of law, which is considered as a sine qua non of a democracy, the lawyer's education and the legal education assume the great significance. To talk much about this particular aspect, we have with us Honorable Professor Dr. Venkata Rao, Vice Chancellor of National Law University, Bangalore. On behalf of Sandip University, I express my deep sense of gratitude, sir, for accepting my invitations and making it convenient to grace this occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind and enriching words. Our chief guest, Professor Dr. R. Venkata Rao, is here today to enlighten us on a very thoughtful topic, that is, the importance of ethics in legal profession. Before listening to his valuable words, I invite Natalia Fenwick to introduce our chief guest. It is my privilege to introduce Professor Dr. R. Venkata Rao, one of the luminaries in the field of law. He took charge of the office of Vice Chancellor of National Law School of India, Bangalore on 11th May 2009, which is the premier center of legal education in our country. He has been associated with several prestigious bodies like UPSC, UGC, NAC, and various ministries of Government of India. He has served as the Vice President at Indian Society of International Law, New Delhi, member, Academic Committee of Indian Institute of Publicity at Visakhapatnam. He has also served as a member, Governing Council, Indian Law Institute. He has worked as an independent director in the prestigious public sector undertakings like Bharat Electronics Limited, Bangalore, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, Bangalore, Goa Shipyard Limited, Goa, and member, Board of Governors, Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs at New Delhi. His work has been recognized through the awards of Best Vice Chancellor by World Chancellors and Vice Chancellors Congress 2014, Amity Academic Excellence Award 2017, Best Teacher Award from Government of Andhra Pradesh, Best Researcher Award by Andhra University, Gold Medal for Best PhD thesis. As an expert and keynote embassy, he has visited China, Kish Island, Russia, Singapore, Shanghai, Munich, Seoul, Istanbul, Dhaka, and Colombo, Cape Town, Paris, and Taipei, among others. Now, I request Professor Dr. R. Venkata Rao to address the gathering.
Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Because during my younger days, Philips company used to come with an advertisement. With Philips, the sound is sound. And then they used to say, if there is a communication gap, the result will be excommunication. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thiru Honorable Colonel Professor Ramachandra, the Vice Chancellor of the State University, galaxy of intellectuals, including young Dean of School of Law, my distinguished colleagues, invitees, and fellow students. As to why I am calling you fellow students, I'll tell you later. I'll start on a very lighter note. When such long introduction was being given about me, I was reminded of the fact that I'm basically a lawyer, and lawyers have a notorious reputation. The notoriety arising from the fact when the case is weak, they give a long introduction. When the case is strong, they get up and say the facts speak for themselves now. Maybe such long introduction was given about me, maybe because the case is not very strong. Don't have high expectations. Honorable Revered Vice Chancellor was asking me, sir, are you going to make any PowerPoint presentation? I belong to a generation which believes in powerful presentations and not PowerPoint presentations. And my sincere advice to young teachers is never fall into the bait of focusing too much on PowerPoint presentations. PowerPoint presentations are just an enabling tool to help you to save time, not to consume time in the classroom. Okay, remember what Steve Jobs said long ago, just before his death. How happy and peaceful was life when Apple and BlackBerry were just fools. Okay, so be that as it may, two things I'd like to say to my distinguished teachers here. When I was asked to light the lamp. The job of a teacher it's fine now. We normally believe that the job of a teacher, including I as a young teacher believe that, is to complete the syllabus and to cover the syllabus in the classroom. But the truth is, the job of a teacher is not to cover the syllabus, but to uncover the syllabus. To remove the cover of darkness from the syllabus. To remove the cover of ignorance from syllabus. To remove the cover of transience from syllabus. The light symbolizes the same thing. From darkness to light, from ignorance to knowledge, from transience. Because a teacher is one who makes a student go back from the classroom wise and not otherwise. Because the most sacred place, in my opinion, more sacred than the altar of God is the classroom. And there must be a total transformation in the personalities of both the individual teachers and the students when they enter the sanctum sanctorum called classroom. Why I'm speaking to you about this is, please remember, in less than 48 hours, we are going to celebrate Holi. Okay. Look at the spelling of holiday. Holiday. A holiday is a holy day, and all holy days are holidays. Holi is that heralds spring colors and the wisdom that is there in the eyes of the little angels, the amazingly talented younger generation. I'll just quote two sentences from Shashi Tharoor, who, when he was asked to address Oxford University students last year, and the same speech was published as a book, most of you know it. At the end of the lecture, he was asked by the media people, how will the future be in India? And Shashi Tharoor delivered that lecture in Oxford after Kathmandu earthquake. He said with a smile, I do not know in future whether in India there is going to be an earthquake or not, but he has invented a new word which Oxford Dictionary has introduced in 2018. In future, there is bound to be youthquake in India. Because you have amazingly talented youngsters. And that is like, look at what Barack Obama said 6 years ago when he was seeking election to White House for the second time. He went to Silicon Valley to address the American citizens. And he said, fellow Americans, I'm proud of you. Look at the word American. The last 4 alphabets say I can. Okay. Barack Obama was a professor of law before he became the president of the United States. And you have proved to the world that you can. NASA is the capital of all spaces in the world. Silicon Valley is the most sought after valley in the world. I congratulate you. But then he asked, who is there in Silicon Valley? Who is there in NASA? You have Hispanics, you have Chinese, you have South Koreans, above all, you have amazingly talented Indians. He said. And the proud that the United States provides opportunities for. And that is many people have used that. IT stands for Indian talent. And to that Indian talent you belong. But where Barack Obama left at IT as Indian talent, Guru Charan Das, famous writer, he said, I would say IT stands for India tomorrow. And that India tomorrow is represented by you. Please remember. And Shashi Tharoor says, Barack Obama asked a question to the Americans. Be careful about younger generation from two nations in the world. Two nations. And immediately, like a Bishop's professor, he said, please suggest what are those two nations. Americans are so xenophobic about Chinese. Whatever you would say, immediately you would say the first nation is China. So a group of youngsters in the audience said, Mr. President, it is China. Barack Obama smiled and said, do you have youngsters in China? Immediately asked, do you have youngsters? Because of the skewed population policy that was observed during 1960s at the height of cultural revolution, when the couples in their reproductive years either opted for no child or one child, today for every young person in China, there are 7 elderly persons. So, China is a geriatric society, he said. China is a gerontocracy. And the health minister is opening geriatric wards and not pediatric wards in China. Therefore, when I said two nations, it's not China. Youngsters from two nations, I mean, the first one is South Korea, the second one is India. Be careful about these people because they are aspirational. And they are not prepared to settle even for the second best. They are not prepared to settle even for the first best. They want better than the best. That is the generation. Well, young friends, today, this morning, I'm privileged to interact with such wonderful generation. Fully conscious of the fact that I have already started my second innings in a 5-day test match. And you are yet to face the first ball in an unlimited test match. And the whole world is looking towards you. There is a prediction that 21st century is century of Asia. And in Asia, India is a young nation. Therefore, 21st century will be century of India. So we have hopes. But what is that you are supposed to do to fulfill hopes? This morning when I had the privilege of being escorted by a senior teacher of yours, who made me to understand that he was a liaison officer with Abdul Kalam. And when I mentioned Yadav that I had personal interaction with Abdul Kalam, and I would like to share 2 incidents that happened in my life and reminded me again in the hall, saying that please. You know, when the condition is you must arrange a meeting for us with school-going children. Because Kalam used to love meeting school children. And immediately we said, after he's the President of India, Your Excellency, it will be our privilege. We arranged a meeting of school-going children, all belong from Kendriya Vidyalaya. And the meeting started at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There were 3 seats on there. Our Vice Chancellor was sitting, we were on the reception committee, we were at the gate. All security was circling Kalam. Kalam pushed the security and removed his handkerchief, came off the dais and said, my dear little angels, you have to speak to me, I'm not going to speak to you, he said. I want to know what your dreams are. You have to translate your dreams into thoughts and acts. Okay. And then beautifully said, a dream is that which you don't get in your sleep, but a dream is that which makes you sleepless. How beautiful is that approach? A dream is that which you don't get in your sleep, but a dream is that which makes you sleepless. I want to know your dreams. One after another, the little ones were telling. The fourth one, I remember still, was an 8th class student. She was the daughter of a naval officer. And she got up in a minute and said, Kalamji, see, a 12-year-old girl, she doesn't bother who is the president, prime minister. She said, Kalamji, I have a dream. Then Kalam said, Nikhil, please tell me. She again said, I have a dream. No, why don't you tell me? You know, then came the bombshell. She said, Kalamji, my dream is to look forward to that day when the US citizens will stand in queue for the Indian visa. Kalam could not believe his ears. He was there on the floor. He was choked with emotions, almost with tears coming down because he was emotional. Said, little angel, how did you get this dream? Something must have happened. And she said, pointing out to her parents who were sitting separately, last year we went to Chennai because in those days, to get a visa to United States, people from South India were required to go to Chennai. There was no online visa in those days. It was all offline. And you had to stand in the queue right from the morning, 3 o'clock, waiting for your turn. So those people traveled from Visakhapatnam because their father was a naval employee. All the way to Chennai by Chennai mail, which reaches Chennai at 3 o'clock in the morning. Her mother, her father, her elder brother who got a seat in the MS in engineering. This girl was a student in 7th class. She did not know anything about that. They went straight from station to Chennai, Gemini Circle, stood in the queue from 3 o'clock in the morning. Their son came at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And this girl, she didn't understand what's all this tamasha going on. She said, Papa, what is all this? Then Papa said, if you want to go to your favorite movie, you have to stand in the queue for the ticket. So here, your son, your elder brother is going to United States because that is his dream. He wants to make gold. He is going. And when he wants to go there, he needs a ticket. And then she mistook it. We had a ticket, he said. Then he said, no, she needs a visa. Then innocently she asked her father, suppose an American student wants to come to India, will he be required to stand in the same queue? Then her father said, no, little one, they don't want to come here. Even if they want to come, that corporate welcome would be extended to them. And she said, is it not injustice? The little girl told Kalam, that day I had a dream that when I grow up, I must see the day when US citizens will stand in queue for Indian visa. But what Kalam said is masterstroke. You know what Kalam said? My dear little angel, your dream will come true because US is just a land of opportunities. Opportunities may come and go. India is a land of ideas. Ideas are created here. And therefore, definitely a day will come when US citizens will stand in queue. The entire hall got up and clapped with standing ovation. And people started kissing that little one for the wonderful idea. My point here is, those ideas are germinated in the institution where you are studying. Please remember. There are 3 institutions which you should never forget in your life. The first institution is an extraordinary institution called Mother. Rabindranath Tagore said, God created Mother, maybe because He cannot be present everywhere. Mother of all living organisms. Look at the way the mother dog protects its little cubs. And look at the 7:30 in the morning when your mother was trying her best to send you to your school, when you were reluctant to send, okay, and the demanding parents-in-law wanting a cup of coffee at the same time. Isn't it? Husband asking something, all with a smile, the mother doing it. Mother may not have IIM, MBA from Ahmedabad, but she is far superior to all these MBAs. That's the reason why Mahatma Gandhi said, I have learned the first lessons in my life from my illiterate mother, he said. He did not say uneducated mother. No mother is uneducated. She may not go to school, therefore we call her illiterate. So the first institution that you should not let down is biological mother who has given birth to you. Take that pledge today. The second institution is, if your biological mother has given birth to you, it is Sandip group of institutions which is enabling you to stand on your feet. When you walk from the university to the universe tomorrow and future, people will say, here is the product of Sandip group of institutions. So your alma mater, your foster mother, is the second institution. The third institution is Mother India. Jawaharlal Nehru long ago said, who cares whether you live or die if India dies? Who dies if India lives and who lives if India dies? So these are the three mothers which you should always protect, uphold throughout your life. Biological mother, mother institution, and mother India. That's what Kalam said. You know, the second incident that had happened in Kalam's life is how extraordinary. In fact, he quotes that in his book, Wings of Fire, the biography of Abdul Kalam before he became the President of India. That's the story of a Rameshwaram newspaper boy to the space scientist called Abdul Kalam. And before he became the President, he wrote that book. In that book, he makes a mention. Kalam was one day working in his laboratory in Pune in his soiled clothes. When the extraordinary scientist called Dhawan comes running to him and says, congratulations, Kalam. Kalam did not understand why he is being congratulated. You got the air ticket from Madam Indira Gandhi, the Prime Minister of India. She wants you to meet her tomorrow. Here is the air ticket. And Dhawan says, a lady who was equated with Goddess Durga at that particular point of time, for whose darshan people would be prepared to stand in queue for days, she has sent you an invitation. We are proud of you. Kalam, without lifting his head, says, thank you, sir, but I'm sorry I cannot go. Satish Dhawan started trembling because he thought Madam may misunderstand him. Maybe because the professional jealousy did not inform Kalam properly. And Satish Dhawan said, Kalam, are you mad? No, sir, I mean what I said. Then what's the problem? I have only 2 pairs of clothes, he said. See how humble Abdul Kalam was. One pair I'm having on my body, it is totally soiled because I'm in the laboratory. The other pair, I gave it to Dhobi. I need not tell people of this region. In the months of July, August, it will be raining cats and dogs in Pune and Bombay, incessantly for weeks. Therefore, because of incessant rains, the Dhobiwala could not launder the clothes, and therefore he did not bring. And therefore Kalam said, I do not have dress to go. Then Dhawan said, what do you want me to do? You give a request to Madam saying that Kalam does not have dress to accept your invitation. He sensed that. Look at the extraordinary magnanimity of that lady. Back comes the reply. Please tell Kalam that his knowledge is his dress. He can come in his soiled clothes. And that dress called knowledge is given to you in your institution. It is not the information that is being given to you here. When I use the word knowledge, please remember the best definition I have seen of education in my life I will share with you. Education is not information, but formation. Formation of a complete human being is education. See, information is the first step. You must convert information into knowledge. You must convert the knowledge into wisdom. Oh, it's only the first step you are having here. And when Vivekananda said education is not information but formation, Vivekananda was asked a very interesting question by the media people. Sir, you seem to talk to Goddess Durga daily. And can you tell us how she looks like? Vivekananda smilingly said, is there God? Is there goddess? Is there God? There is no God, he said. Then beautifully he said, perfect human being or perfect man is God. Imperfect God is man. Look at it. Perfect man is God and imperfect God is man. Education is that removes those imperfections to make you perfect. A mission which brings out the divinity in you. Everyone has divinity. That's what Kalam said when he gave the title Wings of Fire to his book. He was asked, why did you give the title Wings of Fire? After this is your life story. You know what Kalam said? Every human being has a divine fire in him. Only few people are lucky to get opportunities to stoke that fire. Majority of them are not lucky. And those who are lucky, they give wings to the fire, they become the president of India. Those who are not lucky, they will continue to be Rameshwaram newspaper boys. That's what he said. And then he said, he recalls one incident in his life. When I got a seat in BSc in Tiruchirappalli College, I was asked to pay 25 rupees college fees. I did not have money with me. I went to my school headmaster, Iyer sir, who was his guardian angel. That unfortunately that day he also did not have money. Then Kalam came to his father. Father said, we don't have money. Okay, Kalam, wahi hota hai jo khuda manzoor hota hai. You give up that seat, continue to be a newspaper boy. Exactly at that time, Kalam's sister, who was married by that time, comes along with her husband by name Jalaluddin to their house. They hear this conversation. And Jalaluddin, with his eye contact, asks his wife, who is sister of Kalam, to remove her bangles and give the bangles to Kalam. And those bangles were given to Kalam. Kalam goes and sells them in the market for 40 rupees. Okay, pays the tuition fees for 25 rupees. With remaining 15 rupees, he purchases books. The rest is history. Kalam asked, if at that particular moment Jalaluddin was not to come, perhaps Kalam would have been a newspaper boy. Therefore, I expect my readers, after reading this book, to do their best to give wings to the divine fire that will be there in all human beings. So Vivekananda said, education is that removes those imperfections. And then he wonderfully says, we are all human beings. But how many of us are being human? Just he changes the words. Education is that bridges the distance between a human being and being human. Education is that bridges the distance between a human being and being human. Mr. Yadav was asking me to speak to you about professional ethics in legal profession. But this morning I came to know that this is a judicious juxtaposition of law, management, humanities. And therefore, I speak to you about ethics in profession for 10 more minutes. Okay. I don't know how many of you have read the book called The Professional by Subrato Bakshi. Please ask your principals and deans to purchase at least 10 copies of the book. The Professional. The title of the book is The Professional, authored by Subrato Bakshi, the founder of Mind Tree. He has written 2 extraordinary books. The second book is MBA at 16. The cost of the book is just 99 rupees. MBA at 16. How 16-year-old people have solutions to problems of the world. He writes in that book. You know, that's a very interesting book. Actually, Subrato Bakshi wrote that book called MBA at 16. Without going to any school, he said this will be the solution. He was about to give it for printing. Before that, he went to schools to find out how the mindset of the students will be. The first interview he had with students, he came back and destroyed the manuscript, saying that whatever I wrote is trash. Then he conducts interviews for 16 weekends with 10th class and plus 2 students in the leading public schools in Bangalore, and comes out with a book called MBA at 16. That means what are the solutions of these 16-year-old fellows to the problems? Amazing, you know. And that book you must read. The second book, before that he wrote was The Professional. He says, who is a professional? Because all of us congratulate ourselves when our children get seats in National Law School, Bangalore, IITs, or Sandip group of institutions, saying that, oh, Mera beta got a seat in professional course. Okay, celebrate, we have dinner. And we commit the fundamental mistake, he says, after calling doctors, lawyers, engineers, professionals. He says, lawyers, engineers, doctors, chartered accountants, etc., etc., they are all professionally qualified, but they are not professionals. There is a lot of difference between a professionally qualified person and a professional. Anyone can be a professional, even a carpenter can be a professional. When two qualities are fulfilled, when you add integrity to whatever you do, and here remember what Mahatma Gandhi said long ago, integrity is doing the right thing when nobody is watching. When somebody is watching, if you maintain integrity, you are afraid of that fellow. Okay, integrity is doing the right thing when nobody is watching. Therefore, a professional is one who adds integrity to whatever he does. Number two, who is remembered by the posterity for the right reasons. He leaves a rich legacy, remembered by posterity for right reasons. And without basic values of ethics and honesty, however brilliant you are not a professional. Therefore, a competent employee need not necessarily be a professional employee. A competent teacher need not necessarily be a professional teacher. Okay. And then he asked the question, who is the greatest professional in Bangalore? In the book, he comes with that. This book was published in 2009. You know the samples he takes? Narayana Murthy of Infosys, Dr. Devi Shetty, then Asif Premji, then Professor Balram of Indian Institute of Sciences. Each a gem. And he asked the question, who is the greatest professional? Nandan Nilekani. And Subhatra Bakshi says, in my opinion, none of them is a professional. None of them is a professional. My vote goes. You may think that when I am saying them, none of them is a professional. There is no professional in Bangalore. There is, he says. And you know whom he calls a professional? An auto driver in a Bangalore. What was he? This auto driver was making out his living by flying an auto, commercial, like any auto driver. For 20 continuous years, he had been flying the auto from 6 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon on commercial basis. Then he used to take a carrier in the auto itself. He used to have lunch. What he does after 1 o'clock in the afternoon is fantastic. After 1 o'clock, he takes the auto to mortuaries in government hospitals. Mortuary is a place where dead bodies are kept. Mortuaries in government hospitals, where number of poor people used to keep dead bodies in mortuaries because they never used to have money to take the dead bodies to transport. And this auto driver, from 1 o'clock in the afternoon till 6 o'clock in the evening, used to carry 2 dead bodies of the poor person's families free of cost, including on Sunday. For 20 continuous years. He asked, who is a better professional? And Subhuto Baksh's master stroke in that book is, for the auto driver, there was no Sundays, because the auto driver believed that the sun rises even on Sundays. He get a Sunday for fun. For 20 continuous years in 2009, he had been doing that. And therefore, my vote goes to him, not to these people who made millions of rupees by that. That is what you mean by a professional. Therefore, to become a professional, you need not have a professional qualification. A college attendant can be a professional. A carpenter can be a professional. Okay? When he is conscious of his responsibilities and responsiveness, you are a member of the society. And I share with you an extraordinary incident that happened in my life. The visit of Mother Teresa to my university. When I was teaching ethics to my students of law, for more than 8 years, Mother Teresa visited. And I received her with folded hands. She touched my hands. I still feel that divine touch. She said, son, what are you? Mother, I am a teacher. God bless you, she said. Then she asked me, what do you teach? I teach law, Mother. I was at that time 31 years old. Yes, having been a teacher for 8 years, I started very early in my life. She went forward. Then she came back again. She asked me, son, what did you say? What did you teach? I thought she didn't hear because she had a drooping saree always. White saree with blue border. If you have seen Mother Teresa's photo, she's bending like this. She said, Mother, I teach law. No, what she said? Teach ethics. Teach ethics. I said, blessed Mother. Then she asked me, one of the toughest moments in my life, she asked me, do you know the meaning of ethics? I was teaching ethics in the classroom for 8 years. I was 31 years old. Ego at the highest. When you are 30, you think that you know everything and the world doesn't know anything. If you have read the book, Harris' book, I'm okay, you are okay. In the structural knowledge instruments, in the transactional analysis, he makes reference to this. Of course, by the time you become 40, you will understand that the world knows everything and you know nothing. But 30 is a very dangerous group. Okay. Therefore, when she asked, do you know ethics? The egoist in me was prompting me to tell, yes, this is. But my biological mother taught me a very interesting lesson. She said, whenever an elderly person asks you, do you know something? Please don't say I know it. Please just in a humble way say, enlighten me with your wisdom. Because my mother read Panchakavyas. And Kalidas in one of the Kavyas says beautifully about elderly person. Good judgment comes out of experience, but experience comes out of bad judgment. Good judgment comes out of experience. Experience comes out of bad judgment. Elderly persons have seen the trials and tribulations of life. Therefore, curbing my ego, I said, Mother, please enlighten me. She said, I will define ethics in 4 words. Believe me, I thought she would be quoting from the Bible. or Nicomachean Ethics of Aristotle, all sorts of people which we the small mortals do in the classroom. We take the textbook and say ethics is defined like this, isn't it? The mother said in just 4 words, show concern for others. That's ethics. Show concern for others. I noted it down. She went and gave a mastery. It was for 1.5 hours. She spoke. The meeting was over. At 6:15 in the evening, I went back to my chamber and looked at those 4 words. Show concern for others. What did mother mean by that? In a tranquil mood, when you make an honest introspection, you will realize the value of many things. The first thing that mother said was, look, young fellow, you are still egoistic. You are thinking that the world starts with you and ends with you. You are thinking that you are the first to be born and you are the last to die. Neither of which is true. Please remember, beside you there is somebody else in the world. When she said, show concern for others, beside you there is somebody else in the world. The moment you realize that there is somebody else, you must give him adequate space. You must give him just space. Blocking the space says that is human rights. Giving adequate and just space. So that's what you mean by concern. So in whatever you do, mother, in the course of a lecture, she said, only one thing you follow in your life. Any person who comes to you goes back with a smile on his face. Even if you cannot do anything, you can tell, okay, goes back with a smile on his face. That's what exactly C.K. Prahalad, the management expert, says for the benefit of the management students. In the book that inverts bottom of the industrial pyramid, something like that, he says, we should never commit the mistake of saying that I do not have time. The first principle of accountability, he says, is you should never say I don't have time. Because the next sentence he uses is a masterstroke. It is only a busy person who finds time. It is only a busy person who finds time. If somebody says that he doesn't have time, it means he is not able to organize his time. So the first canon of ethics is organize your time and give that extra minute for others. Because the objective of any endeavor is to make our surroundings safe and secure. The objective of education is also to make your surroundings safe and secure. That's what you mean when mother said, show concern for others. I wind up my speech by referring to a wonderful story narrated to me by former Chief Justice of India, Justice Venkata Rao, who is the uncle of the present Chief Justice of India, Justice Sandip University. Okay. Venkata Rao, when he was the Chief Justice of India, we invited him to address our students of law on the topic ethics in legal profession. Exactly the same topic. It was a Sunday morning. Without we knowing, we said that it would be at 10 o'clock in the morning. We announced it. Venkata Rao, he sent us a word. Please reschedule my program from 10 o'clock to 11:30. The reason is I have to watch Ramayana TV. In those days, the entire nation used to sit in front of Ramanand Sagar's Ramayana TV. And your meeting time clashes with that. Please arrange a TV for me. Justice of India asking us to do that. We said we'll do it, your lordship. And we arranged a TV. He watched the episode, he came back. And first sentence he said, my apologies to you for preventing you from watching today's episode. Because you were all busy preparing, making arrangements for this lecture. And you wanted me to speak on ethics. First I will tell you what I have seen on the episode today, so that you can watch it next time, okay? And then he beautifully correlated it to ethics. Actually, that day what happened, Sita would be abducted by Rama. And Rama comes and shouts, Sita, Sita, because he did not find his spouse. The first sentence he said was, look at Tulsi Ramayan's wonderful interpretation of abduction of Sita. Sita Mata is a perfect manifestation of womanhood. But she was abducted because she was required to be separated from Rama, because Rama will not be there where there is temptation. Sita was tempted by golden deer. And when somebody is tempted, Rama will not be there even if she happens to be his spouse. Therefore, Sita was required to pay the penalty. Of course, ulterior purpose was you have to kill Ravana. That's how we started. That means where temptation is there, Rama will not be there. And then he said, Rama started shouting, Sita, Sita. He looked at the floor, he found a gold ornament. And he calls his brother Lakshman. He says, Lakshman, is it the gold ornament that your sister-in-law Sita used to wear? Because Rama was in a disturbed mind. Then Lakshman comes and says, looks at it and says, I'm sorry, my elder brother, I do not know. When you are in a disturbed phase, when somebody says no, how do you react? If you have power, you will slap him. If you don't have power, you start crying. Only two things, two extreme reactions, normal human being. If you have power, you shout or you slap. If you don't have power, so that is the only occasion in Ramayana when Rama loses his temper. And when Lakshman said this, and Rama started shouting, oh Lakshman, you have been cohabiting with us for the last 10 years, and you say you do not know. Maybe you are now happy that I am also separated from my wife, because you were separated from your wife long ago. Now I have understood your real desire. Lakshman could not understand what has happened to this divine manifestation of Rama. But the beauty about two characters in Ramayana, Lakshman and his mother, they are epitomes of sacrifice. Lakshman did not protest, raise his voice, but then said, my dear elder brother, this is very important for all of you. Sita Mata is my elder sister-in-law. And my culture taught me elder sister-in-law is like mother. And when a woman is like your mother, even if you happen to be her son, after a particular stage, you are not supposed to look at the entire frame of her body. Even a son who is given birth by mother, after a particular stage, doesn't look at the entire frame of the body. Therefore, because, see what wonderful culture it is. And here you must understand the basic difference between culture and civilization. All civilized persons are not cultured. Civilization is what we do, culture is what we are. Okay? And Lakshman said, my culture taught me that Sita Mata is like my mother. Therefore, I never had the courage to look at the entire frame of a body. Rama starts crying and embraces. And just Venkata Rao suddenly stopped at it. I said, my lecture on ethics is over today, he said. Because he said, education is that enables you to know where to look at and where not to look at. What to look at and what not to look at. Where to look at and where not to look at, and what to look at and what not to look at. If that is the education you are having, you are going to be 100% professional. But if you are getting only information here, remember, it will be okay. Therefore, when you speak about ethics, think about these aspects. The last word with you is, because they have introduced me as the Vice Chancellor of National Law of India University, I would say I'm the head of the family of National Law of India University. Incidentally, I may be the Vice Chancellor. And this institution was established 33 years ago. And it brought about a paradigm shift in legal education. And this institution is today 33 years young. Because please remember, institutions will never become old. They will always continue to be young. Individuals may become old. Okay. So National Law School of India University is 33 years young. And that was the first law school to have instructors. Today you have more than 22 law schools. But your teacher must have told you, in a joint family, the eldest son has greater responsibility. National Law School of India University, Bangalore is like the eldest son in the family. Therefore, we have a pious obligation, okay, to share our experiences, to share our wisdom. And when I use the word, I'm the head of the family, I deliberately use the word family because I do not know how many of you have looked at the spelling of the word family. That's the best way of maintaining highest ethical standards. My elementary school teacher who used to tell me about English spellings, he said every spelling has a meaning. Way back in 1964, he told me when I was hardly 10 years old. He said, little fellow, in those days teachers used to tap like this, okay, or they used to have a scale like this, okay, all with affection and endearment, okay. And he said, look, what's the spelling of family? He said, Family. Throughout your life, please remember, it stands for Father and Mother, I love you. When you study any institution, you look at it like that. Law students, when you study family law, don't study Hindu Marriage Act like that, or Sharia like that. Look at the window. Why I'm bringing that is, I'm the head of the family of National Law School of India University, and as the head, I invite you to become a part of the extended family of National Law School of India in Bangalore. Your institution in law may be just 2 years young, but seeing is always believing, and from the core of my heart, I cordially invite you to visit National Law School of India University, Bangalore. I speak to your Vice Chancellor, okay, to the Dean. We will formalize the relationship also by having a memorandum of understanding. Coming there by way of exchange program, 4 of you at a time can come, okay, because we should all believe, please remember, geniuses are never created in isolation. Geniuses are created through synergies and symbiosis. We learn from you, to make surroundings around us a better place. Therefore, lastly, I gave one laminated copy to some of my colleagues and my chancellors. The preamble of the Constitution for students of law. Please remember, till this day, my habit is, after getting up from the bed, the first thing I do is to have a look at the preamble of the Constitution and ask for myself the question, to what extent have I been able to promote the Constitution's goals? If the answer is not satisfactory, I take a pledge and pray the Almighty to give the wherewithal so that tomorrow the answer will be more satisfactory. Because this is a document which speaks about justice, social, economic, political, liberty of expression, faith, belief, status and worship, equality of status and opportunity, and fraternity assuring the dignity of the individual. Fundamental duties are there. Your Vice Chancellor was referring to scientific temper. Another duty I will tell you, last but one fundamental duty speaks about striving towards excellence in all spheres of activity, individual and collective, so that the nation rises to constant levels of higher levels of achievement. Okay. But my question here is, what do you mean by excellence? Winning an Olympic gold medal by doping, is it excellence? Achieving the goal by stooping down to any level is excellence? Because today you have so much of competition. Competition is bringing out the best in the product, but it's also bringing out the worst in the human beings. excellence is that, please remember, where it is not only the best in the product, but the best in the human being that comes. Always remember, academic excellence without human excellence is disastrous. Please remember that. Academic excellence without human excellence is disastrous. And in a race for excellence, there is no finish line. There is only commencement line. If it is 100 meters race, at the 100 meters, my board stops. If it is 400 meters, you stop at 400. But in real life, in a race for excellence, there is no finish line. It's a perfect ideal. It goes on. Therefore, let us take a pledge today that we will continuously strive towards excellence. And the best way of maintaining ethical standards in any walk of life, let it be student, let it be a professional, let it be a salesperson, let it be a business person, you are required to show two qualities. Display of modesty and absence of arrogance. These are the two attributes of an ethical person. Display of modesty and absence of arrogance. With these words, expressing my grateful thanks to my young friend Yadav, who has been at me in the last 3 months, remember, motivating me to come over here, okay, and your extraordinary Vice Chancellor, Colonel Ramachandran. Above all, lovely little angels who gave a patient hearing to me. Because these days, after 7 minutes, you move over to your smartphone. Therefore, for giving me a patient hearing to me, and let me tell you one more thing. In life, for certain things, there must be only a beginning, but there must be no end. Especially human relationships. And ours is one which has been baptized this morning on the eve of wonderful holy festival. May you have illuminating and luminous colors throughout your life. God bless you. Thank you.
It is really a red letter day on the annals of Sandip University and Sandip Group of Institutions. Of course, how he travelled from Bengaluru to Nashik after taking almost 3+ months of the effort of our Dean School of Law, Professor Dhanaji. You know, something is his amazing factor. When Professor, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the National Law University addressed today, you know, the topic of the day is ethics. And he displayed the modesty at the end. Really, we are very much thankful. Not only the thought-provoking and scintillating words, but also very modestly you said, as a head of the family of law school in this country, and you made it possible, institution like Sandip University can collaborate with the National Law School. Really, it's a remarkable statement made by a very great personality in the arena of legal fraternity. As on the whole of Sandip Foundation, on behalf of the management and our esteemed President and Honorable Chairperson of this foundation, we owe the words expressed by you, sir, today. We certainly will follow your footprint, and the young angels, definitely they will rule this world in the days to come. Last, he was talking about this preamble even I requested our school, Dean Law School, to print the same way, simply copy it. At the end, you print it from the School of Law, Sandip University, and distribute this as a compliment to all our children and all our visitors, whosoever visits Sandip University. Something one has to learn from everything, from this. And also he has given thought for the day, a small booklet. But it is a small booklet, but very easy to read and easy to remember. And in this I want to quote, really someone asked life, this is a 50th day quote. There are 365 quotes are there. 365 days quotes. And the 50th day quote, I read all the 365. In that, someone asked life, why are you so difficult? And life smiled and said, you people never appreciate easy things. This is the life. We always think that one has to do extraordinary things, never bother about easy things. That is where the auto driver become professional, then even the mentor of the Infosys, Narayana Murthy. So that is where we should know how to appreciate things, including easy things. Very, very important. And then the other one, serial number 8, 8th day for the year. Good people. We are all good people. Whosoever assembled here, we are all good people. Good people bring out the good in people. Good people bring out good in people. So I already proclaimed that we are all good people. We must bring good in the people. So with these words, I have no words to express the wisdom of knowledge Professor Venkata Rao has won. Of course, he is sharing, and I was with the tears of my eyes when he was talking about, almost many times I have read Wings of Fire. I was working with the Wings of Fire many occasions, and today I could not tolerate, because what Madam Indira Gandhi has given air ticket and what he was telling to his mentor, Professor Satish Dhawan, considered to be his mentor, that I cannot go. And what was the reason? Not only these 2 soiled clothes or only 2, a pair of clothes. When he came out of this Rashtrapati Bhavan, he also came with only 2 briefcases. Can you remember? Can you imagine? Can you think of a person in this country? That is Dr. Abdul Kalam. Possibly, who was given, think big, dream, dream, dream. Please let us dream. Let us all think big and make this nation proud. So with this, I once again thank the great luminary of law, Professor Venkata Rao. They have given a very beautiful celebrating talk today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Dr. Rao quoted one of the most celebrated men of India, a man of a kind, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Kalam once said, if you want to shine like a sun, first burn like a sun. And we students of Sun, that is Sandip University, Nashik, strive to shine bright and spread our light throughout the world. Thank you so much, sir, for such splendid words of academic experience. Thank you, sir, for motivating the students by reminding them of Kalam. Thank you, sir. Now, I announce that the house is open for the question and answer session. Students can ask the questions and clear the doubts.
Amartya Sen, you must have heard him. Nobel laureate in economics. Amartya Sen, one of the most powerful speakers. No, he addressed audience like this in one of the Trinity colleges in London. And there was standing ovation, and then question answer time came. Nobody asked any question, almost like this. Then you know what he said? I quote Ernest Hemingway, he said, the American novelist. Amartya Sen said, I know why you are not asking questions. When the heart is full, the lips will be silent. Maybe your heart is full. To your representative, I gave the preamble and fundamental duties and one thought for the day. And Vice Chancellor sir was nice enough to quote number 8 and quote 15 from the book. We have started the practice of displaying one thought for the day in National House of India University in 2009. And at the end of the year, 365 thoughts are compiled into one book, released by the Chief Justice of India, who is our Chancellor, in the convocation, and distributed to all our students, passing out graduates, VIPs. And like that, we have 7 volumes till now. 7 into 365 thoughts without repetition. All compiled by me, but none of them my original. Okay. Therefore, anyone if is interested, okay, please send your address to my email ID. I'll be sending that entire set as complimentary copy to you because they are invaluable. You can't price them. Okay, they will be sent to you free of cost.
Now I request Dr. D.D. Deshmukh to present our chief guest for the parting memo. I would like to call upon P.P. Nair to propose the vote of thanks. Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. R. Venkata Rao, respected Vice Chancellor, Sir, Colonel Professor Dr. N. Ramachandran, Dr. D.D. Deshmukh, Registrar, Dr. Chetan Chaudhary, Dr. Arun Dwivedi, Dean Academics, Dr. Dhanaji Jadhav, Dean School of Law, Deans, Principals of various schools, Head of the departments, faculty members, and my dear friends. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this auspicious day. I, Preeti Nayak, on my behalf and on behalf of School of Law, Sandip University, extend a hearty gratitude to the guest of honor, Professor Dr. R. Venkata Rao, for sparing his valuable time and sharing his thoughts on the importance of ethics in legal profession and enlightening us. I sincerely thank Honorable Vice Chancellor, Colonel Professor Dr. N. Ramachandran Sir and Dr. Dhanaji Jadhav for organizing this guest lecture series for us. I also thank Dr. D.D. Deshmukh for his guidance and motivation for organizing this event.
I should not forget to thank Honorable Registrar Dr. Chetan Chaudhary for his enormous cooperation in the organization of this event. I also extend my thanks to all the deans, principals, head of the departments, faculty members for the continued support and guidance. Last but not the least, I thank all the students for their presence and active participation in this event. Thank you so much for making this event successful. Now I request all of you to stand up for the national anthem. शुभ आशीष मांगे